got the K2.
Is your name George? Yes, thank you.
It's lining up around that direction, then you've got one going that direction, then you've got another one. Hey guys, we just stopped off at a little town called Inverleigh and we found their cemetery, so we're just going to have a bit of a look around. Done a vid for a while, so I thought we'd just, while we're picking up some old dolls, prams and that, we'll have a bit of a look around. First thing that we come to was a whole heap of plaques here.
Going off?
Yep, we've got the K2 that was going off because I just asked if any spirit were around, if they'd like to come and communicate with us to put their energy into the K2. So the K2's been flashing. Now these plaques here are plaques of all the people in the cemetery that are in unmarked graves. And as you can see, there's a shitload, absolute shitload. So we're sort of betting these vacant areas just out here. There's unmarked graves out there. There's some land out the back there. We can see some marker angels, if you've got the ability to see marker angels. Which I sort of see the energies, feel the energies of them around. Bev sort of sees them more clearly than what I do. But these areas here, where there's just vacant land, we're guessing this is where, around the back here, that section, and the back of that section, we're betting there's going to be a whole heap of unmarked graves. So we're going to have a bit of a prowl around the cemetery, have a look. The K2 went off before because I did ask if somebody was around, if they'd like to come and have a bit of a chat.
Is there anyone here who wants to flash the K2? Flash the green lights? Felt you when I walked when we drove in. There we go.
Got
Hello?
a mess box as well.
Hello.
Feel free to flash the meter. There you go. Thank you very much. So we do have some presences with us, which is pretty cool. So is it fine for us to wander around, have a look around? We come with a lot of respect. Yep. Thanks very much.
We've got Harold with us too.
Alright.
You introduce Harold?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Thank you very much. Is your name Harold, is it? No?
We've got a James.
About James. We've had a James with us.
I've had a James for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's coming from. I've got a James. There's a James on the
Yeah, we've got a James.
There's James on the
But
right.
we've got so many names here, unmarked graves.
There's James Kenshaw.
James on that marker over there. This is a lot of names, a lot of unmarked graves. This dates back to, what's the first one we've got? It looks like 1878. Looks like, no, wait a minute, we've got, that looks like 1857. So we might date right back to the 1850s here. Is that right?
Yep.
Thank you very much for confirming.
Is your name James? No, I've got
No.
James.
Okay. No worries. We'll have a look around then. Come with us if you like. Try and communicate with us. That'd be cool.
Are you a lady? I told that it's a woman.
Okay, we've got a lady with us.
Are you interested in the baby I'm holding? Is that what attracted you?
That's brought one of the best spirit dolls.
This is Harold. He's a newbie.
little shy. He's a newbie.
He's a newbie.
We do
Yeah.
take our spirited dolls with us. Hopefully they can trigger some activity.
Am I
As we
talking
go.
to Jane? Are you a Jane? Oh, I've got J's on the brain.
Okay, we're going to have a little walk around and see what we can discover. come
Thank
with
you.
us if you like. Thank you. Got a very substantial one here. This belongs to James Tonkin, who died in 1865.
James and Gemma.
And Gemma in 1874.
More J's. I've had J's all week.
Got some very old ones across there I'm going to have a look at. As I'm walking over to these graves here, I'm feeling underneath where I'm walking, there's quite a few graves that are unmarked. If you've got that ability, you can just sense it, and normally I want to put out my hand, sort of feel it. Got a little bit of K2 activity. You right, Dale? She's just getting a few names and bits and pieces. So a little bit of K2 activity out this section here. Just want to have a look at these ones here. I haven't got my standing gear with me, so video might be a little bit shaky today, but not to worry. This is Thomas there, and Catherine. Got a little bit of rain and a lot of wind, as you can probably hear. Blessings to you. Another Thomas Mayer here. Alan Patrick, Josephine. And a very old one here. These ones are dating back to 1887 as the earliest.
Anyone wants to say hello? Feel free to. Not quiet though,
Bev's got the necrophonics on. K2, a lot of K2 activity. Walking through this section here, which was all full of unmarked graves. So a lot of blessings to all those who are in unmarked graves. Just going to have a look at this section over here. Bev's got the necrophonics in a pocket, and it's just mentioning pram, and we've just picked up 2 prams. So we've got part of a pram on the roof of the car, and we've got the necrophonics is calling out pram, which is pretty cool. It's quite a nice feel of cemetery. There's a very new grave sitting over there. We're not going to go anywhere near the new graves. Oswin. You don't very often hear the name Oswin. Died in 1907. Blessings to you and everyone else here.
Hello? Who just called me? Oh, there's someone.
Here's a nice old one, but it looks like it's been relatively recently put a little fence up around it. Charlotte Pallet, 1876.
It's just recently been,
This looks like there's some sort of something. Oh, here we go. Charlotte Pallet, housekeeper to Lieutenant Governor Charles J. Latrobe. Now he's a famous character. There's a Latrobe Street in Melbourne, there's Latrobe Streets in Geelong, Latrobe Universities. So Charles Latrobe, Lieutenant Governor, is a very famous person. So Charlotte Pallet was a housekeeper to him. Gravesite fenced and groundwork restored during 2008 by Geelong Cemeteries Monument Restoration Group, which is great. So thanks to them for popping this up and having a lovely memory for a person who was the housekeeper of Governor Latrobe. Very cool. Hang on. It's one by Emma Boyce, who died on October 30th, 1869, aged 19 years. She's gone to the land where the careworn and weary enjoy the sweet rapture of sacred response. She has quitted forever this wilderness dreary and bid a long farewell to time and its woes. While on earth she was loved and would deeply deplore her, but shall a murmur escape with our breast? Do you ask how she lived? She set heaven before her. Do you ask how she died? In the faith of the blessed. That's pretty cool. Interesting thing Beth just picked up was a lot of the graves have all these little seashells around the graves, and we're probably about 50 k's from the sea.
Train.
Seashells in there too. We've got a train. Hello, train. This one's going down to Geelong. These freight trains are friggin' big bastards, I can tell you. Very long. It's the train. Yeah, how long do we want this train? You guys in America, you reckon you got big trains? You reckon ours are probably just as big. There's the end of it.
Patricia Hart, infant daughter of Jack and
Moida.
July 1946, aged 8 weeks. Oh, sweetheart.
Tiny little grave for an 8-week-old. Only stayed for 8 weeks.
This must be really, because this is Ethel and Ernest. And then
George Hart, Ethel May Hart,
and their daughter Mabel.
relatives.
And their daughter Mabel.
1959. There's a couple of newer ones here too, obviously right here, which we won't go into. So the cemetery is still used. I'm going to have to apologise for the wind. I've just got my phone with me, so we're going to get a lot of wind noise in this one again. We're just walking through another area. We can feel a lot of unmarked graves again.
There's marked angels pushing us that way.
So
Just ran into one. Something about those trees. There's someone.
it's great. Here's the grave of Jeremiah and James Brosnan. Both brothers died 9 and 10 years. Died in 1925. Interesting cemetery. It's got a good feel.
Yeah,
Good feel.
it's not a unlockable one. Another James.
John Gallagher, Flora Gallagher, Peter Mary and Catherine.
James Day. There's another James
James Day.
who died October 1974, I think. 1874. Age 56.
It's quite a monument stone, this one.
Yeah.
Bridget and John Herrick and their children migrated from Laura, Tipperary Island, 1851. There we go.
The grave next to James Day is James. Another James.
Right. And this one here was James Day.
And the one next to it is James.
Well, over here a couple of crosses, but just have a quick look over here. William Dalton and James Dalton. Hey, the Daltons. Dalton brothers.
We've got James Kelly over here.
James Kelly, where?
Here, James Kelly.
Oh,
I'm
not
not
James
kidding
Kelly. Brother of Ned? No.
No.
No. Not Ned. No Ned's, just James.
So we've got James Day, James Kelly.
Lots of Jameses. We've had lots of Jameses.
We've got William and James Dalton. Lots of James.
We've got a whole heap here. Crosses on the graves here.
There's a James here
Interesting.
too.
Heading over to the back corner over there, got the S-box open. If there's anyone around who likes to say hello through the S-box that I'm holding, put your energy towards it. Come and say hello if you like. Anyone want to say hello? Patrick Monaghan.
Oh, sorry. From Tipperary Island.
From Tipperary. Are there any Irish people around?
It's a long way to Tipperary.
That gravestone's alone. As I'm walking through, is there anybody who wants to come and say hello? Come and say hello on the S-box if you like. Put your energy towards it, we come with a lot of respect. Sounds like we're picking up a bit of radio station stuff, but some odd stuff in between, which is what happens sometimes with the S-box.
It's a long way to Tipperary. Back to the car. Sing Danny Boy, that was.
What's going on?
You've got the rap there.
I can't tell if that's on or off. I think that's on. Is that on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at the counter.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
look at that.
No,
Look,
I'm
watch
not-
the counter.
I can't see the bloody counter. I've got my wrong glasses on.
Well, who didn't
May
come?
not.
Who didn't come prepared then?
Alright, got to try the S-box once again, just to see if anything's going to come true. If anybody would like to say hello, please do so.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Who's from Melbourne? You from Melbourne? Anyone want to say hello?
Money.
Money? Yes, I'll have some money. You can tell us to catch line on this, that'd be really helpful. So we've got a wall of remembrance over here as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, mate, yeah. Is that okay? We've actually enjoyed a walk through here. It's been quite nice. It's actually a nice area. So Angus McQueen, David McCobb. I just call it Angus. Sarah McCobb. Going back to the 1890s. I'm going to turn this box off in a second, so if you'd like to say something, please do so. If you'd like to say hello. So thanks for talking to us. We're back here at the plaques for the unmarked graves, and as you can see, there's quite a few there. Very interesting little cemetery. I've just sort of had a quick breeze through some of it, and we've enjoyed it.
Hello! Anyone here who would like to say hello? You can bring the speaker with us.
Can you tell us your name?
We got the K2 though. Got a light on us.
Unfortunately, we forgot to bring the speaker for this thing, so... Alright. Can you quickly tell us your name before we go? Just like to send you some love and respect. Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Right, we'd like to thank all the spirit that were here today, watching us have a bit of a look at this cemetery, which we'd never been to before. Quite an interesting place. As we said before, actually it was interesting, as you can see on top of the car is part of a pram. We've got the rest of the...
Got two of them.
We've got two prams. We've got one in the boot and we've got two carriages in the back. And we come up this way. It's an area that we hadn't been to before. And to pick up a couple of prams, believe it or not. And thought we'd have a bit of a look around the area. Very interesting area. I like the area.
I'm a mad dolly lady.
And the cemetery's quite, it's got a nice energy to it. A lot of marker angels.
Oh, shit.
If you don't know what a marker angel is, we quite often see energies, they're like angelic energies, sort of mark an area where there are unmarked graves. We tend to sense and feel them. Some people can, some people can't. Quite often, as we're walking around with the rods, you can actually pick up where there are unmarked graves. Just project that thought, that energy, when you're using your rods. where there are people buried in unmarked graves, and I get a tingling sensation in my hand when I walk near an unmarked grave. That's how it sort of works for me. It's like a rod in my hand, if you want to put it that way. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, this is Inverleigh Cemetery.
Bye!
Bye!